opaque process of the law, the time and the length of this endless investigation, and the fact that the police and the government does not think it's necessary to give a regular and detailed update to the people. Then they say the media speculates. What rubbish! Those who say the media speculates must first ask themselves that, but for the media, would the people know anything at all? It's easy to attack the media. Would the people know anything at all? Do they prefer a world where the people know and don't know anything about the case at all? Where people don't know about the nature of the crime? Would that make them happy? Where people would not know about the background of the killer Aftab? Would that make them happy? The number of accomplices Aftab had, or even the possibility that others worked with Aftab after he chopped Shraddha into 35 pieces, which means there are possibly others who are walking around free as we speak. Should the people not know about that as well? Should the people know nothing? Should the people not know that this was possibly a planned murder? Or as the story being planted in the initial days that it was a crime of rage? And that is my point tonight. People are angry in this Aftab case. They are really angry because in our country, the system does not feel there is any need to inform the citizen, which is heartless and which is absolutely ridiculous. Because the citizen needs a reassurance that an Aftab is not able to use the millions of loopholes in the system and get away. Slip away on a technical count. The citizen deserves more. The citizen deserves to be given this reassurance. The citizen deserves a sense of security. That's all the citizen wants. And that's why the citizen is asking questions about the Shraddha case. And this is what the citizen should get. It is the right of the citizen. Aftab cannot be allowed to slip away. We are all concerned, ladies and gentlemen, not just you. You, me, and all of us are concerned that this fellow is going to slip away. And that's what we are debating at 10 tonight with a van carrying Aftab attacked today. It is a reminder that there can be no go slow in the case, debate number 2. And debate number 1 tonight, viewers. A real strong position being taken against conversions and forced conversions. Strong affidavit from the center. Supreme Court's hearing the matter. Let's have a pan-India law. And debate number 3 tonight. All the people who question Modi should look at what's happening in China. And they should learn, ladies and gentlemen, the radical pseudos must learn and take a deep microscopic look at what's happening in China and then learn to keep their mouth shut the next time and let the government do its job. That's debate number 3, and here are the headlines this Monday evening on the Debate Tonight. Carrying swords, hammers and stones, van carrying Aftab targeted. The group says they wanted to kill him. National anger builds as more details emerge. Isn't fast-tracking Shraddha and similar cases the only option now? Centre makes its stand clear on forced conversions, files affidavit in court, bats for the need for a new law. Even the Supreme Court observes that forced conversions are a serious issue. Centre calls it a very serious menace. Widespread protests, clashes, anger on the streets of China's biggest cities. COVID revolt hits Xi Jinping. And they criticized and slammed India's COVID policy and said doomsday is here. Radical pseudos, the radical left, goes missing on the visuals from China. It is an organized and a sophisticated racket which happens to be at a large scale. Ladies and gentlemen, the forced conversion menace is real. It has to be tackled. The poorest of the poor in the country must be protected. The poorest of the poor in India's most vulnerable sections are being mercilessly targeted. The centre in the Supreme Court has admitted today that laws are needed to counter the menace nationally. The operational word being nationally, so let's debate.
In Karnataka, the state has rolled out anti-conversion laws. Cabinet has taken decision to go in for ordinance of anti-conversion law. Now we will not call it anti-conversion law, we will call it as protection of religious these things. Without any amendment, whatever was passed in the assembly will be made as ordinance.
1,500 kilometers away in Rajasthan, big allegations of mass forced conversions have surfaced.
ये व्यक्ति कहता क्या था? ये कहता था कि महिलाओं के लिए तो सिंदूर मत लगाओ, बिंदी मत लगाओ, सुहाग को मत मानो, चूड़े मत पहनो, लक्ष्मी जी को मत पूजो. जिस दिन त्योहार होते हैं हिंदू धर्म के, उस दिन ये कहता था कि नॉनवेज बनाओ, नॉनवेज बना के खाओ.
2,500 kilometers away from there, in Assam, a religious conversion racket with foreigners under the radar has been unearthed. The threat to national security cannot be ruled out.
They had accounts in which money has come from international levels, from agencies outside India. So a lot of money was collected. Maybe some conversion was shown because they wanted to collect money also. So this could be an aspect which we'll have to investigate.
The centre has now taken a position in India's highest court.
In a 9-page affidavit, the central government makes its stand clear before the top court on forced conversions. They say this is a very serious matter. They've taken cognizance of it. Steps have been taken, will continue to be taken. They've also added that this is a state subject. In pursuance of this, therefore, several states have passed laws, several have not. They've also stated that this is necessary for protecting cherished rights of vulnerable sections of society, which is women and the economically, socially backward classes. Today in the hearing, the Solicitor General repeated the same before the Supreme Court to show the seriousness of the central government to tackle forced conversion.
The seriousness of the forced conversion menace cannot be ignored.
There are such personal choices that they go down, I'm saying, not only to the freedom of professing your religion. Once that freedom of choice is taken away forcibly from you, you can definitely claim or definitely feel that your right to live your life with the liberty you want, for your free choices which you can make within the ambit of the law, is being severely affected with.
2 weeks after the Supreme Court called the matter a serious issue, it is all set to expand the scope of the case.
All the states in this case to be impleaded to try and understand what sort of a forced conversion law there is in the country. They've also added they would like the central government to possibly file a larger affidavit after they've collected information from the states on forced conversion. This clearly means only one thing. In this PIL that's going to be heard next Monday, the bench of Justice Shah and Justice Kohli has now expanded the scope of this PIL to ensure that the law on forced conversion is there. Remember, on the 14th November hearing, they had said it is national security that matters and the freedom of citizens that is of utmost importance here.
The issue of forced conversion cannot be underplayed anymore. Let's debate.
Essential issue in my view, Mohandas Pai, is about the misuse. It's about the misuse of Article 25. You have a right to practice your religion, you do not have a right to convert. It is therefore, in my view, Mohandas Pai, essentially, and I'm very clear about it, Mohandas Pai, enough of this forced conversion business. It has to stop, and we should stop giving a loophole to people to misuse our constitution and therefore try to mutilate our democracy. That's what people do. You don't respect democracy, but you reserve the right to misuse it, Mohandas Pai. I say no more forced conversions and no more patience with forced conversions either. What's your take?
Arnab, I totally agree with you. My family went through this racket when a very senior member and a close member of my family was in hospital. We had these evangelical vultures come there and say that they're going to pray for him. Then they said they want him to convert and said they will pay his medical bill in case he converts. When they told them that they don't want any money from him, they came the next day and say, you're going to die, you'll go to hell, and we want to pray for you. If you don't convert, you'll go to hell. Then, that my relative was forced to say that they'll call the police. Second case is they came to my relative's house and said, come and visit the pastor. The pastor wants to come. And they tried to give literature. And they did many other things. For young children in my family, when they went to some schools, they gave literature. And they do this kind of thing very seriously. A lot of money is flowing in. And then there are these fraudulent people, these vultures who try to do these healing things. Remember a gentleman called Benny Hinks or some name like that, who came to Bangalore and had a healing one. Recently, there was a news report that he's suffering from a heart attack. He had to go to a doctor. They get these frauds and create healing sessions and try to impress people and prey on them. Money is coming in. They open schools and say they will give seats only if they convert. I've seen many people who are working in other people's houses convert. Then they preach hatred to them. You know, they tell them if you go to somebody's house, don't eat the food. Don't go near don't go near that place where they pray. And don't participate in any event. I mean, this is happening in a very big way.
What if TJ Abraham, one second, Mohan, what if TJ Abraham, who's on the program tonight, on the other side from your own wonderful city of Bengaluru, and who's the president of the Indian Christian Union Forum, says, Mohandas Pai, you're speaking rubbish. You're making a claim you cannot substantiate about. No, I'm saying suppose he says, Mohan. So he says, suppose he says,
go to his house to convert him. You should go through this trauma to understand what a trauma this is. This is a trauma and a forced conversion. If this person says anything wrong, you can Google, you can find out on videos what is happening.
Okay, let me get his response, Mohan. Let me get his response. As usual with you, the debates got off to a fiery start.
In front of everybody.
Mohan, as usual with you, the debates got off to a fiery start. And the question here is that if there are these quote-unquote TJ Abraham evangelical vultures who put fear into the minds of a person who is literally fighting for his life, then what can be worse than that? And I say to you, don't you dare, don't anybody dare to try and torpedo the fundamentals of Article 25 by quoting it to defend such an act. I want your response, TJ Abraham, to Mohandas Pai.
Mr. Mohandas Pai, I pity your relatives who were in the hospital unable to pay their bills.
They can pay their bill. Please don't put them out. They can afford to pay the bill.
Entrepreneur.
Don't come and lie here. I'm not asking you to pay a bloody bill.
Come on, let me. I did not interrupt.
Don't make stupid statements.
Have the decency
Don't
to
make stupid statements, man.
Complete.
No, Mohandas Pai.
You are
Mohandas Pai. One second, TJ Abraham. 1 second, TJ Abraham. TJ, 1 minute, TJ. Just a minute, TJ. Just wait. Just wait a minute, TJ. TJ, wait a minute, TJ. Wait a minute. Mohan, don't get provoked. Mohan, don't get provoked. TJ, be quiet. I'm saying something to you. I tell you one thing, TJ. Don't mind what I'm about to say to you tonight. Okay, TJ? Listen to me very carefully. TJ Abraham, I pity you. I pity you, but I forgive you. Do you hear me clearly? I pity you. Savio, hear me clearly. I'm saying it to TJ Abraham tonight. I pity this man for the personal words he used, for the blemished nature of his conversation, but I forgive him. Now proceed.
Because
I pity you and I forgive you and I allow you to proceed.
Listen.
I pity you. I forgive you for your personal attack on Mohandas Pai. Allow you to proceed.
I pity you too.
I pity you, but I forgive you. Now proceed.
To receive an answer.
Proceed.
You don't have to forgive me.
I do.
Mr.
I don't want you to feel guilty. I forgive you.
Feel
the weight of my forgiveness.
Without the bills being
Feel the weight of my forgiveness.
Somebody comes and offers, it's an insult to Mr. Mohandas Pai.
Yes.
It's a Mohandas Pai's hurt. His ego was hurt because he left his relatives in the hospital without being.
That is not the point. The point is, he says evangelical vultures came to him to try to his relative, to try and use the situation his relative was in, to use the situation his relative was in, to try and induce conversion. That is what he said.
You are a fanatic and you will use any word.
Who's a fanatic?
You will use any terminology because you are a fanatic.
Yes, you are.
Okay? Fanatics will use any kind of
you should go to this trauma to have these vultures come to you to understand the pain.
The debaters.
Why do trying to justify this?
The debaters
Mohan, one
The
second.
debate
Mohan, let me
is
take
about
this.
Mr. Bhai.
Mohan,
The
I've got to
debate
take this.
is about
I think
what
Savio, one
the
second.
affidavit that
Mohan,
has
just
been
relax,
given to
okay?
the court.
TJ.
I welcome the affidavit.
TJ.
I welcome the affidavit.
TJ, listen.
I welcome the affidavit.
TJ, listen to me coolly tonight. Be cool.
Yes.
Chill. Relax. Calm down. Savio, he's getting worked up. Why is he getting worked up, Savio? Why is he getting so worked up, Savio?
I'm not worked
Have
up.
I said something?
I'm not worked up.
You appear to be.
No,
You are in a rage tonight. Rage is bad. Calm down.
No.
The truth.
Savio,
the
why is he
truth-
getting worked up? What did Mohan
I'm
say?
absolutely cool.
Well, Mr. Abraham, let's concede one fact. That conversions, forceful conversions, conversion by allurement, conversions by intimidation is a reality in India. And that's a fact. We have to look at the issue for what the issue is.
I do not agree. I do
There
not
are
agree to that.
certainly evangelical
I
vultures.
fully agree that
There are
conversion
certainly
through fraud,
evangelical
deception,
vultures
coercion,
in
allurement
India.
is not
But-
right. But don't say that it is happening
The
here.
fact
Let
of
him
the matter,
speak,
Mr.
TJ. Don't interrupt
Abraham,
him, please. Let's move fast. Thank you very much.
It is happening here. What do you mean it's not happening? It's happening over here. Willful conversion, nobody has a problem with. But you have
Yeah,
no right to
then lodge a
demonize
complaint.
another religion.
Lodge a complaint.
Who gives you that right?
Lodge a complaint.
Who gives? That's exactly
Lodge a
why we're
complaint
asking
if
for
you
a
have-
law.
If you haven't, if you
That's
have
exactly why
proof,
there is a law
lodge a
needed.
complaint.
That's
If you don't
exactly
have-
why a law is
if you don't
needed.
have the, if you
That's
don't
exactly
have
why
an
the law is
example,
needed.
Don't speak.
If there is no law, what
Don't
complaint are
speak
you going to
without
lodge?
lodging a complaint.
If there's no law, what complaint are you going to lodge, Mr. Abraham? That is exactly what the country wants, a law.
The anchor
To
is
I
stop
think the point-
conversion
Savio.
and reconversion.
Savio, may I come
Your
in?
ignorance is pitiable, I say.
Yes, it's all
Yes,
right.
the country should have a
There is a
law.
law in
You
this
know,
land.
you don't walk
Forceful
around
conversion,
tonight.
there is a
You
law.
don't walk around
There is
tonight
a law.
trying to
Mr.
heal
Abraham,
everyone. You're not,
My ignorance
TJ,
is
listen.
not
TJ,
the
TJ,
question.
TJ,
Your
TJ,
intelligence
listen
is
to
not
me.
that high either.
TJ, listen.
Arnab,
TJ, I say something to you tonight.
I welcome
That want to
gentleman
convert
lodge a
people.
complaint.
First-
You want to
Mr.
convert
Arnab,
people.
I welcome
You want
that
to
gentleman
demonize
to go and lodge a
Hinduism.
complaint.
That's what you want to do. You want to demonize Hinduism and
I will
thereby
propagate my
bring in
religion.
evangelical
If somebody wants to
Christianity.
join, let them join. I will not lose
You
them.
can propagate.
I will not.
You can't convert.
I will not attract
You
them
can
with deception.
propagate. You can't convert.
No
You
coercion.
can't
Now-
convert forcefully.
No allurement.
Now-
You
now,
cannot
TJ,
convert forcefully.
TJ, listen.
You cannot convert forcefully.
TJ, listen.
Exactly.
TJ,
If there's
listen.
a forceful
I think I'll tell you what we need to
conversion, go lodge a
do.
complaint. I say,
TJ,
don't
now
speak.
you're not the
You're
anchor
talking
of
to
the
a man who
program,
lodges
TJ Abraham.
complaints.
Mr. Abraham, I got to rein you in because you're not the anchor of the program. You can't walk away, okay? 1 second, Savio. TJ's on a little bit of a roll. I need to pull him back.
Why do you allow that man
TJ.
Why do you allow that man to just vomit anything and everything?
He's not vomiting anything. He can say the
You
same
allow
about
that
you.
person.
But he'd say you're
Just vomit out
regurgitating
whatever you
everything.
want.
Just relax. 1 minute. Question is, listen. I think what's happening tonight on the
I'm
program.
asking you-
Will I not have any audio disturbance when I'm speaking? Thank you.
Arnab,
Thank you. No, I'm not listening to you, TJ, because you're not even stopping for anyone. You're being rude. Listen to me, TJ. Okay, everyone on, please. Yeah. The point is, I am still a little bit old-fashioned about these things. Dr. Mane, I feel religion is a very, 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 very deeply personal thing. Let me complete my point, please, Suresh Mane. You agree with me, right? Is there anyone on the program who disagrees with me when I say my religion? Why religion? I would say my spiritual journey, my beliefs are very personal to me, right? It is not even a familial structure. It is an individual thing. We agree. It's a personal thing. We agree. We agree. We agree. I raise my hand when I say I agree. Everybody raise their hand. Who doesn't raise their hand here? I say, I raise my hand. You all raise our hand?
agree.
Mohan, I see you raise your hand. I can't make Dushan. All right. We all have thumbs up. Religion is personal. The only person who doesn't think so is Lokesh. Lokesh, you don't think religion is personal, is it? Oh, you do raise your hand. Okay. Since we are all in agreement, viewers, I am completely perplexed, Suresh. And my question is, since we all agree, Dushyant Sridhar, please note, well-known Vedic scholar from Hosur tonight, we all agree, including the protagonist on the other side, Suresh Mane agrees, that religion is a deeply personal aspect of our life. In that case, I want to know, why are there organized conversions? Why are there political conversions? Why are there politicians at conversions? Why are there mass conversions? Are Baba, listen to me. If it's a personal thing, then one person's religion is an individual thing. What is this drama they do nowadays, Dushyant Sridharji? We get 1,000 people, we get some politicians there, we make them convert. Not only convert, we make them abuse Hinduism, we make them abuse Hindu gods, we make them collectively abuse Hinduism, collectively abuse Hindu gods, collectively abuse the history of this country, and then say religion is a personal experience. After doing all of this, Suresh Mane coolly comes on the program, Dushyant Sridhar, and he says religion is a personal experience. What a hypocritical situation, Mr. Sridhar. Your take.
Arnab.
No, one second.
Arnab, we all agree.
No,
that
I allowed
religion
Sridhar to
is a
speak first.
personal matter. It's a personal matter.
Namaskaram, Arnab. So,
Okay.
Can I speak?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So while the law does give the freedom to practice our religion, it also propagate. The reality is also forced conversions which have happened in the past, which are still happening, which will still happen in the future. As a person who has been traveling city after city to give lectures on Ramayana and Mahabharata, I find that forced conversions are an absolute reality. I can't speak for the north of India. In the south of India, it is a reality. So, Arnab, this concept of conversion is not new, because in the past, people have converted to Buddhism and Jainism, and Buddhism and Jainism, people have converted from those religions to Sanatana Dharma. But those conversions were based on me getting impressed with the philosophy and the theology of that particular religion. But the conversions which have been happening in the last 40, 50 years especially are either through money or through fear, force. So such conversions is what the bill is aiming at. It is not anti-conversion, it is anti-forcible conversion. And I feel any person who's a devout Christian and a Muslim should also support the bill, because a person who's lured by money or through fear will not stay in that religion too. They will also jump religions. So as an ardent Christian and as a Muslim, they will want people who are devout to their religion. So I feel across religions, across party lines, people should rise above politics and should support this anti-forcible conversion law, period.
Yeah, I so agree with you. Suresh Mane also agrees with you. I can't see Thomas. I'm going to Suresh Mane.
Yes. Let me come in now, Arnab.
TJ, let Suresh Mane come in first, please. Yes.
Arnab,
yes, Mr.
Yes, I'm coming now.
Yes, Mr. Mane.
No, I welcome what the
our
gentleman just spoke.
TJ, let Suresh Mane come in.
Said,
and I welcome what he said.
that force conversions are banned even by 9 states in India. Right now, there are 9 states are having anti-conversion laws. That is number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, in the present PIL before the Supreme Court had just issued a notice to the center asking for the collection of data. So data is yet to be produced before the Supreme Court of India by a detailed affidavit from all over India, other states.
Yeah.
That is number 2.
Yeah.
Number 3, in April 2021, a similar PIL was filed by the same gentleman, Ashwini Upadhyay, BJP leader. That was rejected by the Supreme Court as a publicity interest litigation. That is another issue.
Right.
Now, when the 2 judges bench has opined that the center should come out with the data, let the center produce the data before the Supreme
please
Court.
don't misquote the Supreme
and then
Court.
Supreme Court what takes the action.
I caution you to not
direction gives
misquote
to
the Supreme
center,
Court.
Then we will have to
Sir, stop
show
misquoting
our
the Supreme
concerns.
Court.
Otherwise, in the PIL,
Sir, you are misquoting
if you
the
read
Supreme
the
Court
copy
and
of the
inappropriately
PIL,
quoting the Supreme
The main
Court.
fear expressed by the public interest litigation man, Upadhyay, he says if such
Sir, you are wrong, sir, you are
conversions
wrong.
allowed, Hindus will reduce to minority. That is his fear.
Sir, can you hear
Why
me?
is
Or are you
afraid
pretending
of
not to hear
genuine
me?
Conversions. Forced conversions are not permissible and they are punishable also. So there is no doubt about it.
Oh, his audio. Can his line come back? Okay, I've been told the line with Mr. Mane has been dropped. He's not pretending not to hear me. But this puts me in a rather queer position where he will continue speaking. So I'll have to replace him for a while and then bring him back. I wish I could get him. You see, the thing is, Lubna, Mr. Mane, maybe inadvertently, but he ended up misquoting the Supreme Court. I'll tell you why. Because the Supreme Court has said something very important. Hear me. Lokesh, do you hear me? I'll have Lokesh and Lubna on air. Lokesh and Lubna, the Supreme Court has said that if forced religious conversion is found to be correct and true, it is a very, very serious issue. And it has said, it is such a serious issue that it may ultimately affect the security of the nation and the freedom of conscience and religion of citizens. So beautifully worded, Lubna, which means it is not something you and I can ignore. We will have to act on it, and we'll have to ruthlessly act on it. And we'll have to act on it to preserve, I choose my words carefully, Mohan and Esther can be on air, to preserve the truly secular fabric of our great nation. To keep India secular. To keep India secular, we must attack this menace with all the force and law at our command. I have no doubt.
Justice M.R. Shah, Arnab, he recently quoted that people who converted for a bag
Can't
of
hear
rice.
him. Audio?
So it's very important for us. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yeah, please speak louder. Yes, I can. Please continue.
Justice M.R. Shah, he recently observed that people are being converted for a bag of rice. Now the point is, as per the Global Hunger Index, India has slipped down to 6 places to 107. And what has happened is, the Supreme Court, rather than pulling up the government for its inability so as to provide the basic means of subsistence to the people, is somehow playing or submitting to the gimmicks of the political interest litigation of this person, Ashwini Kumar Upadhyay, who filed the PIL in April 2021. He is the same person who was arrested in August 2021, so by raising anti-Muslim slogans. And at that point of time, in April 2021 itself,
see, as usual, the Congress leader makes this about being anti-Muslim. As usual, this Congress leader makes it about being anti-Muslim. He brings in the Muslim angle. Congress people are never happy unless they force a Muslim angle in this. Why are you bringing a Muslim angle here, sir? What's the Muslim angle?
Tell me, why is it such a coincidence that in April 2021, when this PIL was filed, at that point of time, there was West Bengal election, Assam elections, Kerala elections, Tamil Nadu elections.
That's your way of looking at it.
2022,
that's your way of looking at it.
Election,
there's always an election in India, Lokesh. There is always an election which you always lose.
Coming with all his toolkits first to set the narrative, to have the ball rolling. But this time it won't work the way it didn't work in West Bengal. So the people are wise now, the people are more informed, and they will not fall into this trap. You know, there is the old maxim, muddy the water so that it may seem deeper. But people are more wiser. They know this, that there is nothing called anti-conversion and all these forms of political gimmicks. They are merely so as to put a narrative.
Anyway, okay, so for concerned people, I would say one thing. You know what the good news is, Esther? The good news, Esther and Lubna, and I want you to come on it, is that the legal position is very clear. There has to be a law against forced conversion. There is no argument here. The legal position is so clear. And I'm saying, I wish, you know, Lubna, you're not a lawyer, but I'll tell you, legal position is clear. Supreme Court is going to uphold this because 1977, the Supreme Court in Senislos versus Madhya Pradesh rules against forced conversion says that Article 25, the article does not grant the right to convert other persons to one's religion up to 1977. And I go back right now 45 years. 45 years back, the Supreme Court made its position clear. In fact, why 45 years back? I will say something which will shock you, Lubna, which will shock you. I will say now, with all the force at my command, that 66 years back, in 1954, in the Ratilal Gandhi versus Bombay rules, no fundamental right of conversion, the Supreme Court said, we find no justification for the view that it grants a fundamental right to convert persons to one's religion. So what the Supreme Court has held as illegal 66 years back cannot be held to be legal today. Are we as a nation to move forward or backward, Mohan? That's the question before us. Are we going to say today that what was considered to be illegal 66 years back, we will 66 years later go back and make the illegal legal? Lubna may want that. TJ Abraham may want that. Suresh Mane can want that, but the country does not want that, Lubna. The courts don't want that. Over to you. The courts don't want that. It's illegal. You understand?
I was a Kapoor. Just listen to me now. Have you spoken?
I can continue to speak, but I've stopped for now.
So I was a Kapoor. I was a Kapoor and no one forced me. That is the first thing. The second thing is that how can anyone force zakat?
You were a Kapoor?
How can anyone force
I didn't get that.
roza?
You said you were a Hindu. You were a Hindu.
I was a Kapoor.
Okay.
I was a Kapoor, yeah.
So you converted.
Yeah. So how can zakat be forced? How can namaz be forced?
I
How
can't.
can
So what
roza
are you
be
trying to
forced?
say?
How can you
Why did you?
force
Why,
someone
okay.
to
So
do
let me
that?
ask you further.
Just listen, listen to me.
Did you convert? 1 minute. It's a deeply personal choice. I don't want to ask a personal question.
You are
I want to ask
interrupting me.
you. I want to ask you a question.
Let
When
me
you converted, was it with a
Let
group of
me
1,000
complete.
people in the presence of politicians in a group? Did you convert in a group or did you convert in as an individual?
For a bag of rice? Do you know the kind of people who convert for a bag of rice?
No, I'm asking
people,
you.
Because of their surnames, they are not even treated as humans today.
So you were not
Even
treated
till
as a
today.
human earlier?
You know, my senior.
So
he's
you
from
were not treated
Uttarakhand.
as a human when you were a Hindu?
They are still not treated as humans.
Are you saying you were treated
Now listen to me,
not
let me
treated as a
complete.
human? My question
Let
is
me
very
complete,
clear
let
to
me
you.
speak.
Lubna,
You
answer
were
my
speaking
question.
and I
You
was
said
quiet
it.
all the
I
time.
picked on your words and I'm asking you, don't shout at me. Don't shout at me. Mercy, mercy. My question is, are you saying,
let me complete
mercy,
first.
mercy.
Let me
Now
complete
listen
my
to me.
points.
Listen to me. My question is, I'm asking her, Esther, was she not treated? Because these are the kind of exaggerations which
I
you call
haven't
me.
completed.
You have no
I
right
haven't
to
completed
comment
my
on my
statement.
religion as I have no right to comment on yours. You, however, seem to feel that you have a fundamental right to abuse my religion.
That's
you
fine.
are insinuating that people who are Hindus are not treated as human.
No,
and I want to ask you,
no one
were
is
you
doing
treated
that.
as a non-human when you were a
is
Hindu
doing that.
citizen of this country?
Absolutely. No one is doing that.
No, but you just said,
see
what was
you're
your
doing
comment
to
on
humans.
humanity
You're
and
killing
inhumanity?
them.
No, why did you say
For
that?
having water from
Why did you
somewhere.
say, did you know
You
people who
still bar
converted
them
for a
from
bag of
entering
rice
so many
are not
places.
being treated as human? Who are you referring? Were you not treated as human? Why did you? Were you not a human?
Yes, that is the reality.
No, so you were not treated
That
as a
is
human.
the reality
No, one
today.
sec.
You
One
need
pull
to
back,
open
pull
your
back.
eyes.
Lubna,
I would like to come in.
Esther, can she answer my question? Only Lubna and Esther.
Arnab,
Lubna,
can I
I continue
answer
to
on her
ask you,
behalf?
and I just want two on the screen now, because I have had enough of these vague generalizations which I consider to be a direct attack on my religion. I have no right to comment on your religion, and you, Lubna, have no right to comment on my or Dushyant Sridhar or Mohandas Pai's religion. You have no right.
So bitter.
You have no right.
Is the truth so bitter?
No, but were you not treated as a human?
So bitter.
No, I want to know more about the truth.
Christianity for
Okay,
25 years.
just listen to me.
The fundamentalist
Just listen
kind
to
of
me.
Christianity that I have practiced, I can tell you from personal experience, after having practiced for 25 years the fundamentalist fanatic kind of Christianity, there are no conversions that are not forced. 100% of the conversions are forced. Arnab, let me put this on record today through your channel. That 100% of conversions from Hinduism to Christianity are forced. They occur.
But I cannot
occur when Hinduism is in the most vulnerable state. Arnab,
in some religions,
no
they are treated as humans.
Arnab, let me
In
just
other-
Wow, now all chaos breaks out. I'll have two on the screen. I'll have two on the screen. I'll have only two on the screen. Esther, just wait a minute. Esther, wait a minute. Esther, wait a minute. Esther, wait a minute, everyone. I'm speaking of everyone. I want everyone to be quiet for a moment. Thank you. Just a moment, Lubna. Lubna, listen. Lubna, listen. Lubna, calm down. Lubna, calm down. Lubna, calm down. Lubna, calm down. I will keep saying calm down till you calm down and stop for a while so I can restart the debate. Thank you. Lubna, thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. I will allow you to speak. I'm a very tolerant guy. Now listen to me, Lubna. 1 minute, please. Viewers, we have a situation now. And I want the viewers to hear me. So Lubna, kindly don't speak over me. Thank you very much. I have with me the person you call political, the person who has been almost abused, the person who's been called a political stuntbaz, a person who's been called as non-serious, and a person who's been seen to be an irritant by being a petitioner on the conversion case. He's a senior advocate and he is from the BJP, and his name is Ashwini Upadhyay. He's the petitioner in the conversion case. Let's not stone him on the program right now. Thank you very much, Ashwini, for joining us. I have to get back on this, and I want everyone to be a bit tolerant. Esther Dhanraj is a Christian studies scholar, and I say she has a right to be heard. Esther says tonight, TJ, you can explode, but she will still say it. She says that in her view, all the conversions in this country, don't jump, I'm not asking you, your name is not Esther. TJ, relax. For 30 minutes she was quiet while you spoke.
No, she has left.
She has a right.
Understand, she has left Christianity.
Louder.
Ask her to change her name also. Let anybody leave Christianity. We have no problem.
Why? Who are you to throw her out of Christianity, by the way? One minute. Who are you? You come, you go. Who are you?
Let her go. Somebody doesn't
But who
want
are you?
Go. Somebody doesn't
No,
want
but who are you to say, come, go,
go.
disappear, vanish, suspended? Who are you?
Let them go.
Who are you?
If they're not comfortable, let them go. If they're forced, let them leave.
Okay. Thank you for feeling so vitiated by what she said. Esther has a right to continue. I rule Esther has a right to continue. Esther says almost all conversions are illegal, are forced. She has a right to speak. You have a right to stop clapping. Esther, continue, please. Everyone be quiet. Esther.
Arnab, thank you so much.
Louder, please.
It is very funny to see TJ Abraham being worked up at something that is against forced conversions. First of all, I want to say two things, Arnab, without being interrupted. Number one, I am not a Christian studies scholar. I have practiced 25 years of fundamentalist, fanatic kind of Christianity in this country. And I can tell you, my family has been a victim of this conversion. I'm not scared to say conversion mafia. So my family has been a victim. I have seen up close the kind of manipulation, the kind of coercion, the kind of allurement that happens in this country for converting into Christianity. And how about this fact, Arnab? Every conversion in this country of Hindus
it is a crime. And you
she has to be allowed to speak louder for her. Please moderate the audio. Thank you.
You have abetted the crime.
Why is her audio not right? I have to fix your audio. 1 minute. I'm going to give 10 seconds for the audio to be fixed. 1 second. Just fix the audio again so she can be heard clearer. And TJ, listen, you have no right to speak over her for a few. This is very wrong of you. It's undemocratic. It reflects a certain mentality which is unfortunate.
If she thinks there is forceful conversion, if she knows about it, why hasn't she complained about it?
Okay, let us speak.
Why hasn't she lodged a complaint about it?
We have not had a law against speech freedom and this law is what will give that permission to come to
crime. She's an abetter of a crime.
Country. So this is teaching.
If
there's a problem with the audio, it's not
sure.
Conversion, why hasn't she complained?
I'll have to fix the audio again with you.
She was an accomplice.
Can you stop being a little hyper?
If she knew about conversion,
TJ Abraham is getting very personal at this point.
She was a passive supporter. She was a passive supporter of a crime.
Arnab, he has no right to speak about my beliefs or my stance of religion, Arnab.
I'm just so concerned tonight, Esther.
I'm not worried about your
I am
religion.
Mohan. You know what is Mohan? You know. Mohan, you know what is causing me greatest concern tonight? You know what is causing me greatest concern? No, I'll tell you what is causing me concern, Mohan. You're senior to me. I'll tell you what is worrying me, right? We believe that no religion advocates violence. But I find TJ very verbally violent. I find Lubna very verbally violent when she talks about other religions treating people as inhuman. I don't like this violence, Mohan. What's wrong?
You dislike
absolutely
verbally violent.
Absolutely. That's the problem with the Abrahamic religions. They're violent, they force their views on others. One religion kills other people. We have seen the killing of people in the neighboring countries. We have seen terrorism affect one religion. I don't want to name the religion. All this is there. And they must stand up and make sure that they do not stand by these terrorists. And these things are happening. Money is coming in. There's forceful conversion. Young children who are in orphanages are converted. It's on YouTube. All the videos are there.
So
the videos are there for everybody to see. These healing things happen where the fraud happens. They go to house and they market for souls. You've seen all these things openly.
To ride a horse in his wedding.
Your relatives could not even afford paying their bills, hospital bills, and you're talking about orphanages.
They could afford to pay your bill, man.
Shame.
I never
It's a
said
shame
they
that
can't
you're speaking
afford to
about
pay the bill. You're
orphanages.
such an idiot and a liar. They can afford to pay your bill 10 times over. They're not poor people.
Why did you put them into that situation? Why did you leave them in that situation? Why did you allow them to be in that pitiable situation?
You show that you're such an idiot and a moron.
If the bills were paid, nobody will want them to pay a bill again.
If you have the
Nobody said they
details.
can't afford to pay the bill.
Because the bills were
Nobody
not
said
paid.
they can't afford to
You
pay
are
the
a
bill.
you're a henpecked fellow. Come on, Mohandas, everybody knows who you are.
Don't you understand English? Don't you have common sense?
He says to me, he says tonight, one minute, Mohan, 1 second, please. You know, I'll tell you one thing. TJ, no, I have to say, Mr. Mane, you'll have to stop. Mr. Mane, no, I have to say something now. I have to say something now, okay? Enough is enough, all right? Enough is enough. From minute one of the debate, all of you are quiet. You don't like Mohandas Pai's views. You don't like his views. You consider him right-wing because you are wrong-wing. But that does not mean that because you're wrong-wing, you can abuse him personally.
I am the right-wing and he's the
be
wrong
quiet.
wing.
Yeah, okay, you're right-wing, whatever. Now listen to me. I'll tell you. He says tonight, viewers, listen to me. 1 second, Mohan. He says tonight, I know who you are. And I also say tonight, Savio, we know, don't be Dushyant Sridhar, who Mohandas Pai is. We all know Mohandas Pai is one of the country's greatest entrepreneurs. And he's more than that, a self-made man. Okay? Yes. He's not come up on anybody being his godfather. He's a self-made man. He knows enough about this country, history, culture and economics. He's rightly respected. You don't like his views, stop showing your intolerance on television. Ask the people of this country whether they are proud of Mohandas Pai and you get a number on it. Nonsense. And you are remaining quiet while this attack happens on my show. Suresh Mane, why don't you condemn him?
Let him go before.
Why don't you condemn him?
Let him go before.
You make a personal attack on Mohandas Pai?
I'm not condemning. I'm advising him to go.
Because Mohandas Pai spoke about evangelical vultures, he has a right to speak. Will you censor him?
This is all they do, Arnab. Anytime they're confronted about their lives, all they do is get personal. They intimidate you personally. They only know how to play.
Because Esther, TJ knows, because Esther, they are doing it because TJ knows that beyond the point, Mohandas Pai will not wrestle with TJ. It's pointless, and I'm telling you this. We don't need to respond to personal attacks. My point is, let's go back to the issue. Question is, Ashwini Upadhyay, they are saying you don't have a case. Yeah, Ashwini Upadhyay, you are being called a publicist politician who was thrown out of court the last time. That is the word used about you by Lokesh Jindal. Before you came on, he roundly abused you. He is here right now and smiling. What would you say to him?
I think we just interacted an hour before.
देखिए अर्नब,
हाँ बोलिए अश्विनी जी.
एक कहावत है, अर्नब एक कहावत है, हाथी चलता रहता है. अब बस उसके आगे वाला मैं नहीं बोलूंगा, आगे पीछे कौन कौन भूखता रहता है, इसलिए मैं आई डोंट. ठीक है, मैं मेन विषय पे आता हूँ.
आइए.
हाँ, मेरे हाथ में एक ये डेटा है जो मैंने सुप्रीम कोर्ट के सामने रखा है और आपके ऑफिस को भी मैंने भेजा हुआ है. 7वीं शताब्दी में इंडिया की पॉपुलेशन 40 करोड़ थी. उसके बाद पॉपुलेशन लगातार कम हुई है. 8वीं में 39 करोड़, 9वीं में जो है 38 करोड़, 10वीं शताब्दी में 36 करोड़, 11वीं शताब्दी में 33 करोड़, 12वीं शताब्दी में 28 करोड़, 13वीं शताब्दी में 23 करोड़. फिर आते आते से आफ्टर बाबर जब 15वीं शताब्दी में आया तो इंडिया की पॉपुलेशन 14 करोड़ हो गई.
अरे सर, इस्लाम तो 12वीं सदी में आया.
100 साल पहले भी इंडिया की पॉपुलेशन 14 करोड़ थी. प्लीज अप्रिशिएट. सुन तो लो भैया,
आप उनको बोलने देना. आप उनको बोलने कहने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, आपको अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, आप पचा नहीं पा रहे, बोलने दीजिए ना, आप क्या प्रॉब्लम है, बोलिए।
ये डेटा
आप अश्विनी को बोलने दे, अश्विनी जी आप बोलिए प्लीज।
50 से बात
अरे सुन तो लो,
ये आपको बोलने नहीं देंगे।
अरे सुन तो लो भैया,
उदाहरण
अच्छा ठीक
आप
है,
बोलने दीजिए प्लीज, बोलिए, आप ट्रोल मत कीजिए, डोंट बी अ ट्रोल। सुरेश माने, यू आर अ वेरी एजुकेटेड पर्सन, यू आर नॉट अ ट्रोल, प्लीज डोंट ट्रोल।
Then why people left the Hinduism? Why people joined
वो
the
देखो एंटी हिंदू शुरू हो गया, मोहनदास पाई,
देखो
मोहनदास पाई एंड अश्विनी।
Do you have any answer? You have no answer.
Arnab, please allow me.
Don't try to
Please
make it
allow me.
Mr. Mane, will you stop the anti-Hindu rant?
Why Justice Nariman warned you against filing such a
I want.
एक बार सुन तो लो भैया, अरे यार
आप बोलिए, अभी मैं वॉल्यूम कम करूंगा। आप एक मिनट, मिस्टर माने, आई एम ओवररूलिंग यू, मिस्टर माने एंड लोकेश, आई एम ओवररूलिंग यू, आप बोलिए, अश्विनी जी बोलिए।
हाँ, इस समय पोप व्हील चेयर पे चलते हैं और इंडिया के पादरी लोगों का प्रेयर के द्वारा घुटने ठीक कर रहे हैं। कितने सारे ऐसे पादरी हैं जिनके खुद के बच्चे नहीं हैं, लेकिन दूसरों की नपुंसकता ठीक कर रहे हैं प्रेयर के द्वारा। खुद के बच्चे नहीं है, दूसरों की बाजपन ठीक करते हैं प्रेयर के द्वारा। खुद को जो है कितने सारे कोविड में खत्म हो गए और दूसरों का
टीजे एंड सुरेश
वो कह रहा है इन सब
टीजे एंड सुरेश। नो आई थिंक
बड़ी फंडिंग आ रही है इनको।
No, I'll tell you one thing. No, one second. Ashwini Upadhyay, you don't have to say anything to attack anyone else's religion. I condemn that. Ashwini Upadhyay, you have a right to speak, you have a right to question forced conversions. But like I won't allow anyone to abuse Hinduism, I won't allow anyone to abuse Christianity either or any of its preachers. देखिए Ashwini Upadhyay, ये problem है. The problem is, we can't get abusive of each other's religions. I have a very clear position on this. Mohandas Pai, I want to go on the fundamental issue. I want to go back on the fundamental issue. Anyone who tells me forced conversions don't happen, I tell them, please tell me why Kashmiri Pandits were forced to flee in a frenzy from the Kashmir Valley. Were there forced conversions or not? Raliv, Salib, ya Galiv. What did that mean? Convert, leave or die. Was that a reality or not, Mohandas Pai? Why don't people accept this fundamental reality? Mohandas Pai and Savio.
You know, Arnab, they don't want to go by data. If you give data and you condemn them, they attack you. That's what these fanatics are doing. That's what these fanatics do. See what happened to the Kashmiri Pandit. The Sart and Judah, see how they threaten people. You go to Swati Ghosh and see what the videos she has given about forced conversion. On Twitter, every other day, there is a forced conversion racket going on. You see the videos on YouTube about this prayer session, healing session. Who are those people? Where is the money coming from? You go to Andhra Pradesh, walk around and see how they market for souls. You go to Tamil Nadu and see how they abuse other religions. No religion should be abused. Every religion has to be respected. That is what we should do. But these people abuse other religions. They call them devil worshippers. They call them idol worshippers. They abuse them and they do all kind of stuff.
That's bad.
And they play games. The videos are there. People claim it. People say we converted 40,000 people, 50,000 people.
Okay,
we are planting churches.
So I take off from that, Dushyant. I'll extend by a minute. I'll extend by a minute. Dushyant, the point is, what I take off from what Mohan is saying is, no, what I take off from what Mohan is saying is, why do you, okay, I've always thought,
church doesn't do it. It's the New Age evangelicals who do it. With money from Europe and USA who do that. That is what should be stopped.
New Age evangelicals. Dushyant.
The New Age
evangelicals. Dushyant.
Mr. Pai, what the government is doing?
Yes,
what the Modi government is doing? What the center is doing if the money is coming from abroad?
I'm sure they'll bring in a national anti-conversion law.
Just the Modi government.
No.
If the money is coming from abroad, then who is the responsible? Who is the responsible?
Don't talk who is
what
responsible.
What your home minister is doing?
We are not talking about
what
that.
What your prime minister is doing?
We can have a separate debate for that.
You check them. And it is their national failure.
Now,
if you are arguing that money is coming from abroad,
about that.
You blame the central government.
Just spoke the truth.
You must have guts to blame the Modi government. Do you have the guts to blame?
Mohan, what's Mohan saying? Mohan, what's Mohan saying? Mohan.
Is it not a national failure?
They want to divert.
I never thought this would get so personal. Dushyant, 1 minute. Dushyant, I come to you.
Who is responsible?
Dushyant, I think the die is cast. There will be a national anti-conversion law, matter of time. And I don't know why people are feeling edgy about it. I just don't understand this reaction.
So, while the Supreme Court did make some observations and comments about forcible conversion being a menace or not, I am witness to one of the cases that was there in the Madras High Court, where the
converted to one of the religions of the West, the Abrahamic religion, and then the procession of the temple was not allowed, and then that case was taken to the court. So forcible conversions just don't stop with conversions. It leads to a total change in the demographics of the civilization. So besides this, or not, just two quick rebuttals. One of them stated that nobody can force a person to make namaz.
I have to close. I have to close. Dushyant, I'm going to take this another time. I have to close. I'll just say one line in 10. If there is no forced conversion, why are people getting so worked up on my program? I just don't understand. If it doesn't exist, then there is nothing to stop. If it never happened, then there's nothing to stress about. Food for thought. On the other side tonight, why people are extremely angry about the opaque nature of the Aftab investigation in a few minutes.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाइड क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
झाके रे झाके झरोखे से झाके हैरत से आंखें अपनी सी दुनिया नई रंगी लागे ख्यालों की खिड़की से मन कूदे भागे झाके रे झाके झरोखे से झाके देख के दम है छोटे बड़े सारे झाके रे झाके हर कोई ताके तरक्की को टुक टुक हर कोई ताके झाके रे झाके
Reimagineering brighter futures with smarter steels. ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India. Smarter steels, brighter futures.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाइड क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
The Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab has reportedly withdrawn the action against stubble burning in Gujarat, with the government reported to have directed all local administrations to withdraw an earlier order that was issued by the government. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, while campaigning for the party in Gujarat, hit out at the Prime Minister, claiming that the Prime Minister called himself poor in order to gain sympathy, further stating that he came from an untouchable caste and was someone people did not drink tea from.
मोदी जी और शाह 70 साल में कांग्रेस ने क्या किया? अरे भाई 70 साल में अगर हम कुछ नहीं करते तो आप लोग तंत्र नहीं पाते थे, और आपके जैसा आदमी जो हमेशा क्लेम करते हैं मैं गरीब हूं, मैं वो, हम भी गरीब है, हम तो गरीब से गरीब है, हम तो अछूतों में आते हैं। कम से कम तुम्हारी चाय तो कोई पीता है, मेरी चाय भी नहीं पीता कोई।
And here's a look at more news in brief. A student of the Dibrugarh University in Dibrugarh in Assam is reported to have jumped off the second floor of his hospital in order to escape ragging by seniors at the hostel. He's currently in the ICU of the Aditya Hospital in Dibrugarh. An FIR has been lodged in this case. 3 people have been detained.
Armed with swords, a group tried to attack Aftab.
Doesn't it indicate the need for fast-tracking the case? Debating at 10 p.m.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
झाके रे झाके, झरोखे से झाके, हैरत से आंखें, अपनी सी दुनिया नई रंगी लागे, ख्यालों की खिड़की से मन कूदे भागे। झाके रे झाके, झरोखे से झाके, देख के दंग है छोटे बड़े सारे। झाके रे झाके, हर कोई ताके, तरक्की को टुक टुक हर कोई ताके। झाके रे झाके, झरोखे से झाके।
Reimagineering brighter futures with smarter steels. ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India. Smarter steels, brighter futures.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
Following raids by the IT department on Telangana Labour Minister Malla Reddy, the minister was seen at a rally claiming that there would no longer be any IT raids if the TRS comes to power in 2024. The BJP have released another poster in connection with